Willie Jones Jr. Was a black landowner in Alabama. He owned about 60 acres of land. And I'm not going to lie in a year, but basically University of Huntsville, Alabama, the business and administration offices where the school was first built is his backyard, basically. And it had a well on it. And for years, he supplied the neighborhood with fresh water until they came and built the university. And basically, they condemned his land when he didn't want to sell it for $900, which today would be $9,000. So they did. So he didn't want to sell it. They took his land, condemned it, and then built the university. So now his family's going after his legacy, the money, the land, and wants everything back. I think it just goes to show the mess up history, a part of the U.S. Bruce's Beach.
Manhattan Beach down there in L.A. That family has been honored their land back, and then also the money from the equity and the
beachfront property.
Building. Yeah, they gave them it's $100-something million over these years. But I've heard about it a little bit and get deep into it. But I really hope that other people start to see, and if you know of your family, anyone having land that's old to them, or ancestors who are relatives, families that had land taken from them, stuff like that is really viable because they're having to turn over stuff. If you're going by law, now it's where the law is working in our favor. Even with the Manhattan family, they're like, you were forced out. Certain things were forced, and signatures and now they're finding that out. Oh, now it's time to really stand up on that because it's going a different direction. Even with California talking about the reparations for Black people, they're trying to put into
and they've been pushing that for a minute. And one thing I'll give California, I don't know all the politics, but I've seen different things with different cities. Like I believe it was Sacramento or Richmond at one point gave all the residents like $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then another point where they like it's not hella big stuff, but I see them do little stuff where it includes the residents, and that's even like Alaska where they give the dividends, because they make so much money off of oil and stuff, or Colorado where that one year they made $300 million plus, and they gave it back to charities and they gave people dividends. Yeah. So I think it's been overdue for Black people for sure, but I just think the overall just giving back and make sure everybody's okay. In the pandemic, we printed money. Yeah. But no other time we get nothing else.
Get no money.
We've given Iran, or excuse me, I'm not even gonna mess it up. I'm not. But we've given them, I think it was like $400 billion or something. It was one of those places we've been supplying.
I don't want people to think that it's like we're waiting on something that's not meant for us. A lot of this stuff is already ours. And we just read the con out of it, red line out of it. Those are real things that's happened. You just got to know your history and know facts about it. I hope that his family does get that land back, because that's an institution that also segregated us, that also was open and Black people couldn't go to it. You got to think about it at the time. Alabama is a very segregated place in a certain era. And for it to be a certain situation, almost like with Pullman, Wazoo, there was a Black family there that was pushed out, one of the first settled families. So it's a lot of history, a lot of stories where you can find out that you were forced out of somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You were told, just like here with gentrification in the CD, you were told to be here, you're condemned here, you can't leave the central area without a work permit. And if you're caught outside, you're arrested. Now you look weird being here. You're Black in the CD, now it's all white. So it's definitely a cold, tricky way, but it's like people got to realize that we're owed that. If we're owed anything, we're owed that. We're owed the land, we're owed the opportunity, the resource. So it's about time we start getting it.